Welcome back to Business Lunch on CNBC TV18. Now, the Supreme Court slams Delhi High Court order directing takedown of Wikipedia page critical of Delhi High Court decision. Ashwat Kumar is joining you. Let's ask to give us the recent and latest update on this front. Ashwat, what is this details that you're picking up here?
Well, just to begin with some context as far as this dispute is concerned, ANI had challenged a web page that appeared on Wikipedia in the Delhi High Court. ANI had alleged that this is a case of defamation. The reason for that was because that page had described ANI, the news agency, as a propaganda tool of the government. Now, that is something they had objected to. They fought in the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court, however, importantly, in the course of these proceedings, had directed for takedown of a page which had basically captured the essence of this dispute between ANI and Wikipedia. That direction for a takedown of that web page is something that has now been challenged by Wikipedia before the Supreme Court. And this is where today's proceedings come into context. The Supreme Court was not happy with the Delhi High Court. Supreme Court was not happy with how the Delhi High Court had directed for a takedown of the page without even a conclusive finding of whether there's been any defamation, of whether there's been any contempt of court. In fact, the Supreme Court observed that, questioned how such orders can be passed, noting that courts need to have a far thicker skin. They cannot be, quote-unquote, so touchy about criticism. In fact, the Supreme Court observed that on a daily basis, the media is far more critical of the conduct of the judiciary, far more critical of the conduct of the Supreme Court, and that there is a thick skin required that judges need to have, that courts need to have, that such orders for takedown, especially against the media, cannot be passed. That's the initial, of course, the prima facie finding of the Supreme Court. At this stage, the hearing in this case will continue on April 9th. Back to you.
Okay, Ashwat, thank you so much for that. More updates will come in on April 9th. On that note,